Good evening and welcome to the Far Albion Cup Season 53 Grand Final between current reigning UKBBL champion Cerumol against high-flying Archangel and his old boys, the Orcs. We've got EV with us this evening to co-commentate. Nice to have him on the stream, and hope he's feeling okay after his recent brush with the British medical system. Hope everything's okay. So we'll go into the team. First of all, how are you, Evie? How are you this evening?
Hey, how you doing, everyone? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Like you said, bit of a brush with the UK medical, but yeah, I'm all right. A little bit of pain and discomfort, but all good. And yeah, super excited for the game. It's going to be awesome.
Yep. Well, obviously, Evie couldn't bring you his usual feed, so he thought he'd send you us instead. So thank you very much to those people who usually go to Evie's streams. You've got me. So I'm 03 Phil Potter. I'm one of the commissioners at the UKBBL. And let's start getting into the teams. So, like a professional, Evie has basically asked for the teams before he goes in to have a little look. So we're going to do Cerumol's one first. So I've kind of thought about, because I've been playing against Orcs a lot because they're so good. Maybe I can turn you down. I don't know. Maybe it's because I need to turn my desktop down. How's that? I'll tell you what, if Evie gives us his opinion on Cerumol, then we can then measure sort of how loud he is. Go on then.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting team, isn't it? I'm not personally a huge fan of the Minotaur, but it's got claws, it's got juggernaut, it's got stand firm, it's got lots of interesting skills there. And yeah, basically 2 guard. Got troll on the guard on troll, guard on ogre. Ogre's looking very good with block and stand firm as well. Team's looking like it's got a lot of punch, and the dark elf is looking very, very good too.
Yeah, so I was going to say before I spotted that everyone's saying that you're really loud. I don't think that's a problem. I think people want to hear from you. Maybe not so me, but yeah. So I've been playing against Orcs a lot, obviously, because they're so good at the moment. I'm actually thinking maybe you commentate on all of the boring stuff, which is every player apart from the Dark Elf, and I'll just commentate on him, and you can give your thoughts over everybody else. I just find elves are my bag. I don't know what you've been playing on your stream at the moment, Evie. I know you do some weird and wonderful things, but that Dark Elf is just so good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I obviously played a lot of weird and wonderful things with the meme teams. It seems like Raven and Archangel are saying that the volume's a bit low now.
Hopefully I'll put it. So I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully people can just change their volumes as and when they need it. But I'll put it there. So hopefully that's okay. Cool. So yeah, I know that the Minotaur caused Andy Davo a lot of problems when Cerumol played him in the semi-final, coming to Season 42's final. Should be good. I think that Minotaur is obviously going to be really key when you're playing against a load of Armour 10 Orcs. So let's have a little look. Let's have a little look at Archangel's one. Very, very standard Orc team. Lots of block, lots of guard, a little bit of tackle, which I think he's done to deal with my elves. What I really like is the break tackle. Obviously, being able to manoeuvre that guard around is going to be quite useful. And especially the tackle as well, if he gets an opportunity to go in on the Dark Elf. But a very, very traditional sort of build. I think though that the Goblin's going to be missing this one. I think that's going to be a bit disappointing. The TV gaps, there's a little bit of TV gap there between Archangel and Cerumol, so I don't know what toys he's going to bring. If you were in Archangel's position, you had that sort of gap. It's what, 1645 plays 1490, so you're looking at 155, I think. I am a maths teacher for a trade, so you'd like to think I get that right. 155, yeah. What would you be buying with that?
Well, 155. You've got probably the two options really. You've got the new Bomber, Dribble, Snot, and a Bribe, which is obviously can be quite devastating. It's basically a mini wizard on basically every single turn, and then the arguably maybe the more reliable thing is just the wizard itself. It kind of forces the renegades to spread out a bit, not bunch up as much, which is probably what they want to do. They want to, get their big guys all together. They want to just kind of bully you off the pitch. So with the wizard or bomber, I think both of those are fantastic options to stop those renegades from doing that.
Yeah, I think orcs have got absolutely fantastic access to star players at the moment. I think that's potentially only going to be matched by Chaos Dwarves when they arrive. I've obviously been told I can obviously ask you if you know the next team for next Blood Bowl 3, but you said you would politely swerve that question.
Yeah, I mean, I know the next two teams.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm always excited. That's the good thing. Like, I'm always at a 10. Like, they could give me absolutely anything. Like, you can give me Norse, vampires, Amazons, ogres, the new Chorfs. I'm literally happy with anything. So
I'm just curious, obviously, not giving us any obviously insider knowledge, and obviously anybody shouldn't take this as kind of a read. But if you were releasing the next team, what do you think? What do you feel the game needs? I've said on the UKBBL chat, I really think Khorne would be a really good team to kind of add into. You've got the Bloodspawn next as a natural claw player. I think that might start to control orcs a little bit more. I don't know. Obviously, that's no one should take your answer as a reading into what is going to happen. But what would you, if you were writing the game, what would you want to see?
I think personally, I think I'd really like Khorne as well. I'm a huge fan of the see if I can surf someone's entire team off the pitch kind of play style. I think Khorne also get pretty scary once you get to high team value. And I've not really. The thing is like, because I've not played that much. I say not that much of the 2020 rules. I've played an absolute ton of Blood Bowl 3. I've not played any of these new reworked teams because I've only ever played 6 games on tabletop, and that was 2 to 3 months ago. So it's all super exciting to me. I played against Norse for the first ever time on tabletop, and just seeing that some of their movement 8 players that had strip ball, I think it was, and I was like, oh god, that's terrifying.
There's some really good teams obviously that haven't been released. I think the Yeti. I mean, you mentioned Norse. I think the Yeti's another one that has natural claw. I mean, obviously the danger you kind of get into then is you get almost too much control of the bash teams, and then the elves will start to run riot, which I would love because I love the elves. But it is a really difficult kind of balancing act from a developer's perspective of if you're releasing one team sort of every 3 months, kind of what order do you do it in order to keep every side reasonably competitive sort of in all the modes. And I mean, I don't know kind of what the thinking of the developers is over sort of the ladder and league play, but I'm sorry, I'm kind of using this as kind of like an opportunity to interview one of the people sort of in the know. I will though say I think, and hopefully some of the people on your stream have said, you've said to them, 6 games on tabletop. I've got a really good way you can play another 5. First weekend of March, we've got the UKBBL's tabletop competition in San Diego. It's always a really good laugh. Curry and games Friday night. You've obviously then got the Saturday with the 3 Blood Bowl games. If you speak to Doug Lowe, he can get you to play something ridiculously long and complicated on the Saturday night until the small hours in the morning, and then you can go play Blood Bowl in the morning. But it would be nice to see your number of tabletop games expand. It's a really good crack, and I think you should consider that one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely I'm thinking already about more tabletop that I can do. At the moment, I've literally only got one theme that's all like painted and stuff, and that's just Necro.
Yeah.
But I've been enjoying. I enjoy playing them. I played them at BACB3, which was like Andy Davo's tournament, and I did quite well there, even though it was like my first tabletop stuff. And yeah, it's really such a different experience that the second I left, I was like, I want more of it. And yeah, definitely, I'm hoping maybe next year I can get some more tournaments in, and the year after that, just keep increasing the number of tournaments.
Yeah.
It's always such a riot playing with people in real life.
I mean, I started same as you did, as playing as a online player first. By the way, stream, I am just keeping an eye out for when the game has started and comes up and watches the live match. I'm kind of playing around with the view of it so we can get going straight in and away. I can't see that it's come up yet. But yeah, I started on Blood Bowl 2, COVID, loved it. Went to my first tabletop experience was the UKBBL, and from that point I've started to play in my local league in Norwich. For those who are based around there, ABBL is a really good one to look at. Oh, here we go. We're there. Yeah, I mean, tabletop it's just such a different setup. So we're in, folks. Here we go. Then we've got the Brawlers versus the boys. Best of luck to both coaches. I mean, this is the first time we've actually spoken, so we don't kind of really understand sort of the rules of kind of how we'll do it. Just come in and say something whenever you want. Don't wait for me to invite you. If you see something funny or you see something that you think, just jump in. I think it's obviously a different experience kind of streaming with somebody in comparison to streaming on your own. So this is a big bit. I'm interested to see what Archangel chooses here.
Yeah, so am I.
He's going for the wizard. Oh no, he put the wizard in and then he's taken it out. Apo, okay.
I see some legal doctors hired for this match. I don't want to know why they can't practice anymore.
I wondered whether that was actually a good one to lose, so you don't then have to choose. Sometimes you have those matchups where you think, actually, I don't particularly want to win this toss, and because I think both options are bad for me, so I'll just let the opposition decide.
Yeah, interesting that Archangel has decided to receive the ball here. I mean, it's so 50-50, especially with Bomber Dribble Snot, because obviously the power of the bombs is fantastic on defense. Like, if you want to kick the ball to them, if they try and cage up, you can just keep throwing bombs at them and just ruining their day. Obviously, the Orcs kind of want to receive as well, though, because if they can receive, they get to then punch things, and that's what Orcs love to do.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be difficult, though. I mean, I don't think you can rely on removals in any game. I think it's just going to be based on position. And actually, we were talking about Khorne a minute ago, and that's how I found Khorne so challenging, is because you just feel like you're chasing the removals, and when they don't come, and I mean, I had a Bloodspawn on my roster for 7 games, I think got 2 casualties, Obviously, I was using him wrong. I must have been using him wrong, but I was throwing plenty of block dice. When you get into that position where you're just chasing removals, you can kind of get lost in position and kind of forget that actually the thing you need to be doing is scoring touchdowns rather than removing your team.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of nightmare stories on for Khorne at low team value, especially against the previous rostered of Underworld, before the nerf, where the Underworld player just put a bunch of snotlings on a bunch of players, and they couldn't knock them down because they didn't really have any block or anything, and they just kept sidestepped like 3/4 of the team to the sidelines, and it was just like, oh yeah, there's not really much the Khorne can do here.
Yeah, I mean they're really tough to kind of get a starting roster in. I think you have to make sacrifices somewhere. I can't remember how I started mine. I think I didn't go for the Bloodspawn first because of the way that my league works. Is my league is obviously having redrafted teams, so I thought, well, I'll just take Scylla. Scylla's actually is a really cheap option. I think they're 190k, something like 195k, which is a steal for a armor 10 claw frenzy. I think it has Juggernaut as well, and has a once per game when you fail your whatever it is, your animal savagery, the one that means you roar in space. I think the animal savagery is the actual good one. He can then do 2 block actions, which is obviously really good.
I mean, yeah, that sounds incredible. That's another thing, like, for the teams that are coming in the future. Like, there's so many really cool star players. I can't wait to see more and test some out. It's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, I think as well that the ladder option allows you then to. I mean, I know that they've added the option to increase your difference in TV, so you can actually be playing with some of these stars, or you can be playing against them. I actually think that's a really, really good addition to the game, because I think it means that at least for those people who are not playing in a league, they've got the option to kind of experience everything. Depends on how they want to set it up, which I think is really cool, actually.
Yeah, I think it also it helps, obviously, like the stunty teams as well, right? Like, because if you're playing halflings at like 600,000-700,000 team value, if you didn't have that system, you'd spin into other halflings, and then no one gets inducements, and it's all a miserable time. But it helps.
You sign up for that though, right? If you're playing halflings, of having a miserable time.
Well, yeah, a little bit. But yeah, it also does help the teams like Elves and Skaven, where, you know, game 1, half the team just gets punched off the field, and then game 2, they're at like 700,000 team value. It helps them find games at least.
Yeah. Nice solid defense here for the Renegades, and a nice deep kick as well, which could be a problem if you 1 in 9 it with the thrower. Well, let's see how they start off with the block dice. So Archangels won this competition twice with the much loved CPOM claw murdering Chaos Dwarves, which I'm glad they're gone.
I absolutely love the new Chaos Dwarves.
Do you know what? I think there's a lot of people who are saying that they're not particularly good. I actually think they're going to be really fun. I think they've got something different about them. I think the Fire Breathers, start to maybe answer something at tournaments where, I mean, I've done 2 tournaments recently. I've played Elves. I've not lost in 7 games, but at least the Fire Breathers give an option to knock down that blodge elf that's got the ball, and you can't necessarily get them off unless you take and tackle. But because Bash is so prevalent at the moment, I'm not sure many people are building their rosters that way. I'm certainly coming across that when I'm playing teams in the UKBBL anyway. Is not everybody's building to counter the whole sort of scope of rosters. because, you know, why would you when you're playing Bash against Bash most of the time? You might as well, you know, just go guard, mighty blow, stand firm, you know, sort of the normal Bash skills.
Yeah, I also think I understand that it's a little bit of a nerf for Chaos Dwarves overall, but I think they've got more like tools at their disposal, and I feel like people are like, oh, it's just a flat nerf and this and that and this and that, but at the same time, I don't think you can call any team bad if you can get 8 guard players on it.
Oh, sure.
Like, especially for tabletop, like if they start getting tiered lower, which they probably will do. Yeah. I mean, GW disagree, but GW is questionable and put Orcs in tier 2, so we don't talk about those.
We'll talk about them in a minute, because I did play Orcs at a tournament, and they were tier 2, and they were so broken. Like, they were so broken. Just getting 8. So the skill package was 11. So it was 1150. So already with Orcs you can get everything you want. It was 8 skills in this one. So that's more than you need. You were just able to have everything you could want as an Orc player. So why wouldn't you play them? It was, yeah, just really broken.
This is a big game,
but interesting that we've got the failed pickup here. I wonder whether he can actually get through to Bomber here and try and take him out early.
Another player on the ground.
It obviously depends what you want to risk trying and getting there.
I mean, Bomber's already marked as well, which is it's not ideal, and yeah, the failed pickup there is quite rough, because now this is where the Renegades they're going to pile in.
Though a little bit lucky that the Minotaur didn't fancy it on this one.
Just to answer some stuff in chat, yeah, I think well, my voice is different because I'm using a different mic. Yes, Uber, thanks for asking. That I'm doing all right there, and I think my voice is coming through your audio, Phil.
Yeah, it
very
is.
slightly.
So, I mean, if you're still struggling to hear it, sorry. But yeah, I'll try to turn it up a little bit again, so hopefully we can hear. I didn't see that turnover because I was trying to play with the things. Let's say you can just tell that I'm not a pro at this streaming, but of course everyone has to start somewhere, right? Do you remember your first stream, Evie? What was that like?
Oh god, it was atrocious. Oh god, I remember that I only streamed for an hour as well.
Now look at you.
Yeah, I'm doing alright. Getting a good amount of viewers and stuff, it's quite nice.
It's a very interesting game though to just watch played.
I still think my audio is coming through your audio. Is there a, like?
If you can tell me how to do something, then I will do it.
How are you watching? Because it feels like it almost as if like I'm echoing, but like it. I don't know if it's coming through Discord or.
I think I know what it might mean. So obviously I've got the Twitch stream up. Maybe I have. I can play it. I don't know. If it's
apparently Mathimus isn't hearing echoes, but I'm hearing echoes in my ear, so it might just be on my end.
If you've got the stream open and the stream playing, you'll hear an echo.
I mean, if it's only on my end, that's fine, I can deal with that. But there's a big volume difference between us two. Is there a way to equalise that on Discord? Because I think if you click my name and your name, I think maybe there's some more sound options there.
Let's have a little look. Edit channel permissions. Say this is all I don't know how other people do it when they do joint streams. The only thing I can think of is maybe trying to put a source where you have another audio from it. Perhaps, I don't know.
He's now as free as a fart in a
Please keep. I'll be quiet for a minute, so if I turn up the audio, then people can hear. But I'll try and then.
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
Sorry about the stream. Again, you can tell that it's just a pro with a non-pro.
Interception coming.
Oh, here comes the ball.
Oh god, they've caught him.
Oh dear.
Oh, they've caught the bomb.
It's blow.
Oh no! Oh my word! It's dead.
The Skaven is meant to die though that is the ball sacker, right?
Does it stay dead? Do they even echo it?
Well, so that's.
Oh, they did, and it's dead again. Oh no!
So it's one of those ones where, because obviously it's in a friendly, it's almost like a tournament resurrection. So you can go for something early if you think it's useful for kind of keeping it. That's why I thought Amazons were quite good in this setup for sort of FA Cup stuff. Because you could throw an appel at something and they'd be reasonably resilient.
I mean, I would have appelled that.
Yeah.
Well, damn, like dead into dead is raw.
What are you up to?
How are we hearing the AV now, folks? Is it any better?
Or baked halfling legs.
Yeah, how we doing? How am I hearing? Oh, am I loud enough? Am I too loud?
Does he sound like he's in the Sistine Chapel?
This player, the attacker, smells.
Yeah, okay. Apparently I'm fine according to Raven, so that's good. Oh my word! It's a death on the other side. This is.
And the injured player slowly
And there's no.
but surely
It does regen.
Well, he's big, but he's no help
So that's
now.
lucky. Well, this is.
It seems they can't hear you.
I should
Oh, they can't
probably
hear
say
me now.
something meaningful to all our Cabal Vision viewers. All I can think of is
Well, that's okay. No one wants to hear me. How's that now, Raven?
He's now as free as a fart in a thunderstorm.
Welcome to the UKBBL, by the way.
Yeah, for anyone thinking about joining a private league, UKBBL, I've joined it this season, which is the second season for Blood Bowl 3, I think, and it's been like the tournament. Well, not the tournament. The league organisers and the people that run all the divisions and stuff have been fantastic at keeping things moving smoothly and everything. And everyone's been really, really just kind and fun to play against. So it's been really, really awesome. I'd really recommend people join.
I obviously concur. Being one of the functions. So I have now changed my mic, so hopefully there's no feedback on EV. So hopefully that's fixed at least that problem.
EV has been stomping our poor division. I don't know about that.
Well, I did see, didn't you win 6-1 the other day?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, you can't win a little bit 6-1. You can either win 6-1 or you can't.
I mean, I'm playing Skaven, and I'm currently 7-0-0, so I guess I'm doing quite well.
Mm. What's the player count at situ at the moment? I think they're both down 1, aren't they?
Yeah, one death on each side, I believe.
He's still got the sneaky get dirty player, which I just think is wrong for Orcs.
Yeah, I mean,
really good skill access. Why would you also add a fowler? Just show us a bit of mercy.
The only thing I'm a bit sad about this Orc team is that they don't have that much block on the actual big uns.
No, but you could obviously make an argument that you give most of your primary drops are going to be thrown with the blitzers, and then because you've got so much guard about, and they are strength 4, you can take that.
They've got the advantage,
so often.
but there is no sure thing in Nuffle.
That's not a bad outcome.
Yeah, I mean, I know on tabletop not many people take block on them, they take guard on them because they're just way more effective, but I think the higher the team value, I definitely want block on them. I prefer block over, like, stand firm. If you've got just a bunch of block guard big uns, that's exactly what you want.
What obviously is because then it gets really interesting with the redraft. Well, redraft, not redraft. Let's call it redraft, not redraft. I can just probably an app description.
I don't actually know what the redraft is in the UKBBL at the moment.
We call that Nuffle's
I'm sure that Cerumol will prefer a KO there rather than another death. So the
want to be in that place.
Bad couple. Oh, he's been sent off. Has he been sent off? He's been announced.
Not funny.
A lot of removals.
Well, I will take that trade.
Turn back.
Is that just a bog standard lineman? That's a really good trade. So the rules for the redraft
is about to get punched
are
above
playing
and
in
below the belt
lowest
at the same
tier
time.
at the start of the season.
Let's
So,
play
for
this.
example,
He's following up.
you don't
Hoping to
promote
get on
from
knockdown next
tier 4, which would currently be Laurel, Forest West and Griffin Woods East. You'd have a cap to start the season of 1200, or a cap upon the season starting of 1200. If you're in tier 3, 2 or 1, it's then 14. So with Cerumol at 1645, and not a lot of stuff that he can naturally cut, there's going to be some nice pieces he's going to have to throw.
Ref's not looking. He's not looking.
Next season,
Get in there.
which is going to be true for everybody.
Nothing better than a shot.
Apparently, this.
Well, I mean, the Skaven's dead, so that's trimmed.
Together. Yep, there we go. Not sure where it's going to go. Where's that Dark Elf? I think that Dark Elf could probably slip in past these. Somewhere maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somewhere maybe here where I've got my mouse there. We can slip in there. He's obviously forcing it to go one way.
I mean, it's turn 4 next, and the Orcs haven't moved.
To join Skink's Fitness Club,
Well, they had the
all you
fail
need to
pickup,
do
they
is
had
sign a
the,
500-year
foul,
contract.
they had
Forfeit a payment,
death of their
don't
own
worry.
troll.
They only sacrifice you to
there's been
Soten.
good reasons, I think, why they haven't necessarily made as much progress. But I wouldn't necessarily be throwing that ball in there with the Dark Elf around. It only takes a fluffed catch. I think the Renegades are just going to steer that away because they've got all the skills to do it.
I like this formation that Cerumol's got as well. They've managed to get behind. They've managed to make a big screen, like a net, and now the Orcs are going to be in trouble because they really need to not only poke a hole, but the rower doesn't have the movement to fully catch up with the team. So it's either going to be rushes or it's going to be some weird misshapen cage.
You can't argue with that
It's going to be
call,
a
can you,
chance
Bob?
there, though, for sure.
No.
Don't throw that. not sure that changed the situation massively. A knockdown there would have been really helpful.
Yeah, like all the orcs are quite clogged up now. It's getting quite claustrophobic. It's not looking good for the orc. Oh, cheeky Wandy.
Yeah, if Cerumol's going to get the ball, it's probably going to be next turn. I think if Archangel survives the next turn, it depends how much pressure Cerumol is able to mount, but the tempo's definitely with the Renegades. Really nice screen. I really like this. I like the fact that there's spends there as well.
Yeah, I think that's the player they have to hit as well. I think they're going to have to. I think they're going to probably have to dodge Bomber here for the assist, hit the fend, and then have somewhat of a cage, and do some rushes with the thrower to get it forward enough.
At this point, I think Archangel's just kind of throwing some dice at it and hoping that Cerumol gets enough bad dice.
Yeah, any mistakes here though, and I think that's kind of it. Like Cerumol's gonna get that ball, and it's gonna be a rough time.
Ouch. Well, if he removes the Dark Elf here, that does change things.
That player's a little short. Oh no, my mistake. He's on the ground.
Oh, I think I see what he might do. Where's he going? This is a bad set of dice here.
I think it's the lead idea.
Ooh, it's all gone pear-shaped. Oh, it's all gone pear-shaped. Oh no.
So I think that's what I'd be doing. I'd probably be bringing this kick round here. I would have actually blitzed with that lineman there, and I'd have brought this one somewhere maybe here. So you knock down the blitzer, you've already got your screen set up, and so then the Dark Elf then has a immediate opportunity to just pick up the ball and run away. I can see though why it's been done this way, because obviously you've got blitzer. But I like the idea of actually locking up this knockdown blitzer.
Yeah, I think I would have. I probably would have done something similar, because I feel like even if you bring the player round first, and then maybe you want to just bring some players across fully, and then you want to blitz with the Dark Elf, then at least not only then is the Dark Elf standing, but you still got like a ton of players there in case anything does go wrong.
You've still got Bomber standing, so this is, I mean, if you can get Bomber down here, you're away 100%. There's the screen, so I'm expecting the Minotaur to throw the block here.
Yeah, if Bomber goes down here, I think that's pretty much
curtains for this.
Yeah, curtains for the orc, really, isn't it?
Those players are running each other ragged. Were you much of a runner on the field?
Ooh.
Absolutely not, Jeff. I stood on the line of scrimmage and my victims, rival players, came to me.
Can the Star Bomber come to the rescue?
Yeah, I think the biggest mistake from the orcs here was, I think probably maybe even fighting on the front lines a bit too much, because especially after the failed pickup, you need those players back. So even just having like one or two players to help the thrower out, because the most important thing was definitely like you knew Cerumol was going to come after you because the elf is crazy.
Yeah. What's his special ability? Does he have a once
special ability for
once on the screen there?
Ah, sweet. Yeah, if he throws a bomb and someone catches it, I think it actually popped off earlier in the game.
Yeah. Oh, he used it to kill the Skaven, didn't he?
Yeah, and yeah. So it was a very good use of the star player rule. They call it, he just goes, "Oh, I don't care about the bomb." Bang.
Nice dodge.
You've got so many twerps coming through on Twerpabomb.
I've known twerps all my life, Jim.
Bomb here.
I don't see why I gotta take notice of them now.
I reserve a special sort of hatred for bomb.
I think everybody does to some degree. I was what was I playing? Oh, I guess it's Bomber and Cinder. So I've been playing on stream my what can only be described as crazy armbar dwarves.
You only need 1 million gold, right?
Oh, I bet elf players really love you.
And I was down TV against lizards, and I was like, oh.
I thought your first rule would be to hit somebody who's Captain Stone as well.
No, that's the second rule, Jim. But I don't play the game in order.
Blitz available.
Ooh, bloody hell.
Great tackle there. Could get the ball back here.
Yeah, it's not over, is it?
And you've got a chance to get the ball safe.
But yeah, so I've been playing some armbar dwarves with Cindy against lizards, and I threw a bomb, and all of a sudden I KO'd a skink, KO'd a Croxagore, and a Saurus in one bomb, and it was just like, all right, yeah, their drive's completely done. That's it. I've won now.
Another player on the
bombs are just really
will be spitting.
Yeah, I don't understand what GW were thinking making them 50k. I mean, I guess maybe I do know, and it's more about like just like selling models.
Then again, I think there's a bit of me that kind of thinks that it's, if you're going to play a team, I think you tend to kind of buy, well, I do anyway. I like to buy the star players that I can use, and I just buy them.
Yeah, you can't use any bombers now. They're banned in like every tournament ever.
Yeah, a bomber took apart my Amazons with a Chaos side. So I was already playing against a team of Legends Chaos side with Amazons. That's already bad. And the fact that they were able to take Bomber. They were very, very broken. That coach did very, very well that day. Or that weekend.
Baked in a pie stands more chance for this one. Actually.
Yeah,
where's the nearest pie?
I'm kind of like, I really like GW's approach to star players in some regards. Like, I really like it that more teams get access to more stars. I think that's fantastic. I do not like the fact that some stars are very, very broken. And then also on top of that, then get access to all teams, like Bomber and Orcs and Cindy and Dwarves. Those are teams that don't really need the help, especially in like an infinite ladder kind of situation.
Yeah.
I think those are the sort of stars that probably should have been more limited to like the stunty teams, because they just have such a large impact.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it would make them competitive.
Ooh.
Decent drinks.
Cheeky one dice on a ball carrier.
So that the ogre has gone bonehead will not help their cause here.
A prone player is a dead player. Off times at any rate.
It's coming down to time now, I think. The Orcs did a good job, I think, of getting the ball out last turn. I'm just not sure whether they got the time.
Also, we got a nice little raid there from Andy Davo. Thank you very much for the raid.
Thank you very much.
So for the Raiders, this is UKBBL. I'm not entirely sure what it is exactly. Phil, could you elaborate on this? Because I think it's the FA Cup or something.
Albion final between Archangel, who's playing in the Prem West, and Cerumol in the Prem East. It's one of the earliest finals. Whoever is talking in the other room will come back to the computer. That might be my lovely wife who's talking to me. Sorry, Lala Pratt. Or Lala La Pratt. Who won Raw and Jimmy match? Was that you, Evie?
That's not me. I think it might have been Andy, I'm not sure. I don't play in the Super League.
Nice to see we're a little bit more sort of
this is going to be
developed from the
decisive.
football teams where you can have a Super League and everyone doesn't get really upset by it. And I'm saying that from a
That play looked almost confident.
big team fan in terms of football fans.
They must have glue on their fingers.
Is definitely not a big team.
What even division are they in at the moment?
Championship, Evie. Thank you very much for that.
That's better than where I thought they were.
I mean, they were playing in a number of seasons ago.
If I had a gold crown for every player I've seen lying on the field,
Yeah, maybe we'll see them in the Premier League at some point.
Start my
One can only hope.
You only need a
I look
million
forward to
gold
losing
right
6-0
now.
to Manchester City twice in a season.
I try not to I don't really keep track of football anymore. I used to when I was a lot younger, and I used to play football myself. But as I got older, I was just like, I just don't want to watch this anymore. I can't be bothered. I'd rather just play video games instead.
Yeah. There's a ghost there, apparently. Is that me? Can you hear me?
Apparently your mic starts off like kind of quiet, and it gets more and more quiet for some reason. I've been hearing you at the same volume the entire time, so I have no idea.
Oh, I know, because you're on Discord. Maybe everyone should hop on our Discord, sign up for the next season of UKBBL while you're there, and
He won't leave him alone.
yeah, then you can hear us in the UKBBL round. We'll just be chatting to each other.
And Thorak, yeah, that is me. I'm using just like iPhone earphone things, so I probably sound a bit different.
Is it 10% of Evie's? But what I've put up my mic to absolutely 100% now. No idea what's going on. Hello, can you hear me?
Not enough tackle goes on that ball. And now the opposing team is
What is it? I'm trying to remember. Who was the guy who used to do? Was it Sterling? Jeff Sterling? Cutting edge reporting here on the UKBBL. As you
He
can
didn't
barely
see the
hear me.
opponents around him, did he?
So the problem is if I go to my external, which is that one, I think you then get a feedback. That's the problem. Yeah, there's definitely a feedback on that one. Perfect, but some static. God, this is hard, folks. This is really hard. How'd you do it, Evie?
So how I've done it is I'm on Discord in the call, and then I've got the stream up on my phone, so there's like a small delay. But like outside of that, like it's all working fine apparently.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try one more thing, folks, which is going to be I'm going to disconnect my headphones because I've got my headphones on, so my wife can just sit and be on her phone in peace. And maybe that will make a difference because I can then use just the microphone. So let's see what happens. You'll still be able to hear EV, but maybe not me. But maybe that's a good thing.
we'll see if it works either way. I can commentate on the game for a little bit now. Is the ball down? The ball is down. Bloody hell, these Orcs are really just fighting for their lives right now, aren't they? It's looking like a 0-0 half. If the Orcs are lucky.
How are we doing now, folks? Is that okay? Can you hear me? I'm looking for validation. Oh dear, it's worse.
I mean, you might as well go back to the other one. There was a bit of static, but at least they could hear you.
Yeah. It's a messy, fun half. Is that our commentating or?
No, it's the game. The Orcs are having an absolute miserable time. They keep getting the ball back and then getting it knocked off them, and it's all over.
I didn't know if anybody was listening, was actually watching the game or just laughing at me trying to sort myself out. This is all going to be recorded and put on YouTube, by the way, folks. If anybody wants to watch this back at some point,
that's going to be fantastic.
Oh dear. Well, I do hope you're all enjoying yourself on your Sunday evening. Hopefully, it's making Evie feel better after his recent surgery.
Yeah, I'm having a good laugh. I've been, the last couple of days, the latter half of yesterday and today, I've been quite bored. I've just been sat on the couch watching TV all day. So yeah, this is a nice change of pace.
We should do this again when I've worked out how to use microphones.
Yeah, we definitely should. I absolutely, I love doing casting and stuff. I've done it for once for Goza, who runs the Badlands League as well, that I'm in, and yeah, I'm interested in doing more things. The more, the merrier.
It's just good for the community as well, I think, and just good for the game.
I agree.
I am very, very, very supportive of Blood Bowl 3, even though they try and keep giving me reasons why I shouldn't be, but I am very, very supportive of the game. It's been a very interesting season, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been, a big supporter of Blood Bowl 3. I've always said that, even though it started off absolutely terribly and basically just horrible, each patch has improved things, and then obviously each patch does tend to break things, and then they fix the things that they break. But slowly but surely, we're getting there.
What's the play here? Ooh, is he going to try and surf it? I mean, there is a surf there.
That needed to be a POW.
1, 2, 3, 4. Rush. Could you do that? What's that going to be? 2 heads. So that's a 2 up, 2 up, 2 up. Two up. I think he's going to go for this. I think he's going to go there, and then there, and try and surf the ball carrier, which is a great play if he does it.
Lots of 2s.
Don't roll
and
once.
Then a 3 at the end.
How do you feel about being at such an important match?
Unlucky. Right play. That's the play I would have gone for as well.
I think that's probably the only play where Cerumol can actively then get a score.
Yeah, if it gets loose, you can absolutely do that.
Archangel does have scoring threat though.
Where's the thrower? Spent now. What are they? Pass on a 4 up. So you go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Rush. So it's a 4 up. He's not got a reroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 4 up pass, 3 up catch. Is there 2 rushes in that as well? Yeah, so 2 up, 4 up, 3 up, 2 up. Sounds easy. No rerolls.
Bit of animosity in there as well.
Oh yeah, don't forget that. You also need to get the block off as well, so you don't have to dodge. Well, at least that doesn't involve a go for it. But that may be with a non-block Biggin. So this might be where your point about the lack of block might come back to hurt him.
Yeah, I mean, like I think you've got to make a decision. Either you're obviously blitzing the lineman with the Biggin, and then that's off the pitch.
Well, he's got the serve. That's round number 1 done. Disappointing that it's not an injury. So now they're very easy. 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 4 up,
3 up.
Ooh.
It might be easier it might be better to just do a straight 5.
That was an interesting play, actually.
I was going to mention that before the surf happened. I was like, do you just maybe commit to doing a foul instead? Because if you get rid of that Dark Elf, it does really hurt them a lot, doesn't it?
Refuses to pass. Drive over. Archangel's used a lot of time as well.
Right player for the right job.
Yeah.
He's used a lot of time.
I think Cerumol can definitely take the second half a lot more calmly and a lot more slower, and can really kind of should be able to kind of like lean on the Dark Elf to be able to make anything happen.
He's on the ground.
Orcs getting the troll back is pretty important though.
Yeah. I mean, is there a legitimate play that you can use to try and get that ball?
I don't think so. I think you're punching Bomber here to try and stop Bomber from existing.
Count those teeth, Jim.
Well, you got him down. It's the 8+. Unlucky. I think that's the drive. Don't think I see any other options. I'm not sure whether he's going to throw a bribe at it.
Got to throw the bribe at Bomber. Got to. Because I think the only way that the Orcs really have a chance now at getting a result out of this is having Bomber do a lot of work and possibly getting some removals on some important players, so they can kind of then overwhelm.
There's going to be kind of a cat and mouse between the tackle pieces. Though I have to say, I've been burned by that tackle wrestle lineman in my game. That one right there. That's another piece just to be aware of. Obviously the primary one's going to be this frenzy tackler here, but I don't discount this player balls here.
I'm also thinking, I mean, both coaches do have the spicy 1 turn available. With the throw teammate. So I guess even if Cerumol goes 1-0 up, if Archangel can hold on to the rerolls, that there's a chance at an equalisation there.
Yeah. I forgot about the goblin actually. What's the team where you have the throw? Oh, that's right. That's Wood Elves, isn't it? So you got the tree that obviously can do the throw teammate, but you've got nothing to throw it with.
I mean, let's be real. It's very, very thankful that the tree can't throw elves.
Well, a bash coach would say it's just more opportunity to kill one of them. So, maybe they could add that in season 3 on the tabletop when that comes.
I've been seeing people ask, can the Croxagore throw skinks, please? And it's just like, no, please no.
Well, a
We don't
skink.
wanna-
So I reckon you could have sort of a skink with wings. So you could have like a Doom Diver skink. I think that would be quite interesting. Wow.
It wouldn't be able to be movement 8 or oh my word, there's a blitz.
This is really good for the Orcs.
It's like, first of all, they need to catch it, or it needs to stay on the field.
Yeah.
If it does either of those things, Orcs are instantly back in this, and I think the Renegades might actually be on the back foot.
Well, the Minotaur's also the wrong side of the pitch. You'd want him over there, which is why you kick it to that side, because you're trying to kick it away from the Minotaur.
I mean, you've got to be very careful though, because if you're going to pick that ball up or you're going to catch it, you're on the sideline.
And in general, fans are much more dangerous than players.
Yeah, there's also almost a bit of you don't actually put players around that blitzer.
Should be good.
It's just another opportunity for it to bounce onto something, bounce back to the blitzer, and give it another opportunity to bounce off. So I can see why Archangels played it this way.
Also, Bomber isn't useful at all in a blitz kickoff event. You can't throw bombs. Not allowed to do any special actions in a blitz kickoff event, so Bomber's not getting any value really, which I guess is a good thing.
Now it's Mighty can move freely.
Cerumol has to hope that this gets fumbled and does not land on the pitch.
Rolls a 6.
Oof.
This is really bad.
Cerumol is going to be absolutely fuming.
I mean, he played that first half, I'd say almost perfectly.
Cerumol played the first half very, very well. He got the right screens up. He put the pressure on the ball. And I mean, credit to Archangel, managed to make it work with a little bit of bomb shenanigans and so on. But any different dice, and Cerumol could have just very, very easily have been like, "Oh yeah, I'm just 1-0 up, and it's so easy now."
Yeah.
This blitz has changed absolutely everything.
I wonder whether he's looking at a blitz with the Goblin or a blitz with this lineman. I'm only just looking at this as the way that he's set up here. He's going to do it with the Dark Elf.
Yeah, I mean,
played.
It's a 3+3+ with the Dark Elf, isn't it?
Well played.
And that's a good player off the field too. Oh. What can you even do about that? I mean, I guess you can still 2-dice it. Archangel being saved by Nuffle. What in the world is this?
I mean, I'm thinking you want to save the Goblin because the Goblin's the player that's gonna be able to get you the ball back. Just looking at this Troll. That's 4. I think this is your way in now, actually.
It's only 1 dice as well because of the guard, so it's just.
Yeah, you have to clear out the guarders here.
Right player for the right job. Push back.
So if he can get down this player here, he can make this 2 dice.
Right player for the right job.
That's not what he wanted to see, and it's got stand firm as well. Oh no, he's done it with that player. My apologies, folks. I thought he was going to do that with the Troll. Let's hope the Troll behaves. Yep. This is going to be a really good recovery if he gets this back.
They've got the advantage, but there is no.
Because Archangel's got everything on this turn. Ball's going to bounce there. I'm going to call it now.
On the floor again. This team must like worms or something.
Ball's bouncing.
It hasn't. Don't tell me it has.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Absolutely unbelievable. So the only redeeming feature here is that there's no frenzy on that sideline to be found because it's off the pitch.
I think Cerumol's in not the worst position right now. I think because there's no, like you said, there's no frenzy. Bomber is questionable because all the players are all mixed up, so Bomber's not really going to be doing too much.
The only thing you could possibly do is you could throw a hopeful bomb in at the troll.
Count those teeth, Jim. They'll have to pick up most of them off the ground in a few seconds.
Because that has at least the option of taking out those 3 players that are around the ball.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be tough. The decision making here is gonna be very important. But I feel like if the Orcs don't get the ball this turn, I feel like Cerumol's going to be in a very good spot to get this back.
Hmm.
The Orcs don't have enough players across there. They're trying to fight 5 or 6 people with 2. So I guess it probably is down to Bomber.
He seems a little stunned, doesn't he?
Russ is here. Go, 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 he says.
Good old 40k. Good old 40k lover there.
I love Le Man Russ. Very, very, very good player. And I think doing us a favour as well by playing by doing Nurgle. Not many Nurgle players about in the UKBBL, but Le Man is one of them, and a former FA Cup winner as well.
I was going to play Nurgle in UKBBL, but in the Badlands League, I decided to play Blackhawks, and those were so slow to develop, and I was like, no, I have to play something that can just be good from the start.
Mm.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the Dark Elf has gone.
Yeah, the Dark Elf's gone. That's massive.
It's advantage Orcs. It's definitely advantage Orcs now.
I've seen mushrooms.
This is where Renegades are going to have a... Yeah, I was about to say, really need the big guys to actually do as they're damn told now.
That's a 1 dice there. I'm just looking at options to maybe kind of free up guys. I can't really see many really good plays here. I'm trying to look at that ogre that possibly gives a block to free at least 3 of these up here. That can then put some pressure on, and you can maybe look to do some kind of chain push onto the ball and see where the ball ends up. Because you're going in on Bomber, you maybe fill that square, and then you come in at this angle here. So that one there on the diagonal.
Yeah.
But again, is that sort of my cornness in me? That's really not helpful.
No, it's not. This could be. Oh no, that's not what Cerumol wants to see.
That's a good bounce. Though it's only a... Oh dear, that's the second time. Second time the big guy's not played game.
Yeah, this is partly the reason why I like the Renegade Rat Ogre instead of the Minotaur, because at least in this scenario, you kind of like, okay, I'll hit one of my own players, but at least I'm doing something.
Possibly less dangerous time, perhaps.
Well, spent the dodge. But the goblin is about. That's a good uphill dice though.
Pretty risky action, Bob.
That was very much needed. I was going to say, like, I mean, even if that fails, it's not actually that bad, I guess, because they have to clear the goblin at some point, and they're kind of forcing the troll to do something, which is always a risk.
Possibly go and stick this guy in here now, and again just spend another player to lock up the leader. The good news is that all the straight forward in one place. If you go in, you're going to throw a re-roll at it.
2 out of 3.
Then you're going to throw a second.
Not what you'd expect.
If this game ends in a draw, it goes to overtime, right?
No, it would go to kicks on, I think.
No, is there no overtime?
No, I don't think the friendlies feature in Blood Bowl 3, which also was the same in Blood Bowl 2, allows no ties. I don't think there's a setting in it. So, I'm hoping we get a winner. I think there's also an option, I can't remember all the rules because Arcane has taken it on since I took it on. I think there's also an option that should both players agree, they can replay the fixture. So, it will start from the beginning, which, given where the situation of the game is at the moment, I think Cerumol would take.
Apparently your mic's failing you again.
I'll send Morse code, shall I? I mean, on my mix disc, it's fine. It's saying yellow. I can put it right up to the top if you like.
I mean, it might be worth a try at this point.
I've just put it right up to the top. It's back again. Huzzah! Woo! Shall I start singing? No one wants to hear that.
It depends. It depends. Are you as good a singer as Shamba?
Oh dear. Well, I do have a background in brass band music. That doesn't mean I can sing. It means I know some musical things.
It's more than I know, so that sounds good.
Yeah. Brass Band can thank Blood Bowl for the fact that I no longer do it, because I find Blood Bowl much more interesting.
Oh, I do love Blood Bowl. I've been playing for I think since 2018.
So I was first I was first introduced into it at school in 2003. But I didn't play it again until 2020.
Oh, I was in an era where I was bored, and I was just seeing lots of Warhammer stuff on sale, on the Xbox Marketplace, and I'd just been playing Mordheim, which was thoroughly doing my head in because that's just Mordheim in a nutshell. And then I saw this game, Blood Bowl 2, on sale, and I was like, oh look, it's got a bunch of teams, it's got dice, it's got punching stuff. You know what, I'll give it a go, it's only a tenner. And
sounds like your sort of thing, yeah.
I was like, hey, ever since then, absolutely addicted to it. It's been crazy.
I mean, I know sort of people talk about, sort of the other games that Games Workshop do, kind of they are inherently unbalanced. But I actually think this is quite a good game in the fact that it's not going to be balanced totally, but there are a number of different teams that you can play, which would be reasonably competitive. You can play in a kind of a easy, medium, or hard mode. You can almost look at it like that. Depends kind of how you want to play the game.
I just love that there's the different styles as well. I mean, obviously you've kind of gotten something for everyone, really. You've got like the teams like Orcs and Dwarves for the people that like positioning and bash. You've got the weird middly grounds, which is kind of like humans and the Necro and that kind of stuff. You've got like the Elves and Skaven that have their own agility play style, which I love a lot as well. And then you've got the absolute crazies out there that love playing the stunties.
I thought you were going to say you've got the Dwarves for people who don't like to have fun.
Well, that's out there as well, isn't it? Oof. Cheeky 1D pow on the ball carrier again from Cerumol.
To be fair, I don't envy him this. I don't. And he's got a KO.
Oh, that's beautiful, because the Archangel has no rerolls.
Either the ball's have been cursed. No one can catch.
Yeah, instant Apo. I like that decision. I'd have done the same thing.
Yeah. Particularly as it's just the way the game is set up. Nice dodge there.
Fantastic scatter as well for Cerumol, really.
Yep, go and pop him above the ball and he'll cause a massive problem. Go and pop him up there. Oh, he's going to go for it. Why not? I mean, it's a 4-up pickup. It's worth having a go, I suppose.
I don't know. I don't like going for the pickup there, but I have a feeling that Cerumol's thinking about the what turn time it is now, and without the Dark Elf anymore, there has to be some forward movement in the next couple of turns. I do love this though. The game's been absolutely incredible. It's so scrappy.
More fool you. No, sorry, Raven. So it's a feature of the fact that because the Far Albion Cup is played using a friendly, rather than having teams coming in and out of their competitions, and Blood Bowl 3 currently has no feature where you can play a friendly game and have no overtime. So the way the Far Albion Cup is set up is that you either agree a replay or you have a dice off. It's just the way that we have to play it. I don't like it. I personally would like to have overtime.
Yeah, I'd like to see overtime, and then also the dice off. Have these two decided ahead of time what they're going to be doing?
Knowing both of them, I think they'll probably try and play again. I mean, it's still early. It's still really early in the season, so I mean, it's only match day 7 at the moment. There's plenty of time for them to replay again. I mean, this is the earliest I think a Far Albion Cup final has been played. I think, as I mentioned before. So
if it gets replayed, it's not going to be directly after this one.
No, it won't be.
That saves me some time then. That's
all right.
Nice.
I've got to get to bed as well.
Well, I'll be if they do end up drawing and deciding to go again, I'll be back again for the cast, I guess. That'd be nice.
They've just got to give me a couple of weeks to get some mics sorted out.
Yeah, we can. If you want, we could do some like test streams and stuff to test mic stuff and all that stuff, just to make sure that things go smoothly for if this ends in a draw and we're going back to back, or if I'm invited to come and cast again.
You can come and stream with us whenever you want, Evie.
No, well, that's nice to hear.
To end your turn on the border of the pitch. If the player gets pushed into the crowd, well.
No, so I was going to say you're the guy sort of who can feed back the things. Just say, we've spoken about you. Sort of no overtime at the moment in the friendly feature. Can we have some, please? Blood Bowl 3 developers.
Oh god, yeah, the amount. Oh god, there's been a few things, especially over the past season or so, where me being the middleman between Cyanide and Acon and the community and stuff. And while I do like doing it, when things hit the fan, I don't half get some stick for it. And there's a lot of people out there that actually think that like I'm employed by them. I'm just a dude that helps out.
That makes me now rethink about my conversation with you about when we had the last patch, and I was like, oh, sorry, that wasn't me, was it?
It's totally fine. Oh god, my voice is failing me now. When I'm on stream and stuff, everyone's always trying to, like, you know, prod and poke and like, come on, tell us the next team and all this other stuff. So I'm used to everything by now.
Now, this is an interesting choice because obviously you want to have that Minotaur. I think once he gets the block from the Blitzer, if he gets the block from the Blitzer without a knockdown from on the Minotaur, I think that's when he'll not take it. Ouch. I didn't really do anything for him. His troll is down and his orc is down.
Yeah, but Bomber's been, outside of that turn, Bomber's been very, very good.
I'd say he's been definitely justifying his megastar status at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, having Bomber at 50k is ridiculous. You put Bomber at, like, I don't know, I think I had a chat about this in the Blood Bowl 3 Discord at some point, and I think like a more reasonable price point is you're looking at around 120.
So my league have actually put in a price increase for Bomber, and I think a couple of other players, and they've put Bomber up to 80k, which I still think is quite cheap.
Yeah, I think you have to shoot. You should. I think the main reason why I say around the 120 mark is because then you've got to decide whether do you want Bomber, or do you want like a Wizard if you've got like 150, and anything lower than 100 for a lot of the teams that can take Bomber. If they get half price bribes, you can have Bomber and a bribe, and then that's just better than a Wizard most of the time. So I think making some teams make that decision is very important. Or just say that Bombers are only allowed for stunty teams. Because, I mean, to be fair, the stunty teams kind of need the Bombers to be able to do anything. And all the other teams don't need Bomber.
Yeah. I mean, the argument obviously Games Workshop would make is, you know, about the game players is he's really weak if you don't look after him. You know, he's then useless.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that, like, it's just a mini Wizard every turn.
It is, yeah.
Well, not even really a mini Wizard. It's just a Wizard every turn. You just got to make sure that you can pass the bomb.
Well, I think Cerumol would really like to get rid of Bomber here.
It's looking like Cerumol might even be just gambling on a draw here, because because if they got the knockdown on the orc there on the sideline, then yeah, they'd probably go for the pickup.
5-6, yeah.
Yeah, Mino is really letting Cerumol down.
I like that placement there, because that's making that thrower 4 up. I mean, he's going to go into this square, maybe even this square.
If he throws a bomb into the same square as the ball, then that's just a 3+. Not too bad.
I'm only thinking is that he's probably going to be looking to pick up. If I was looking to pick up the ball, you're going to look up to pick it up with the Blitzer, with that Blitzer. I don't see really anybody else as a other really good choice.
Yeah, I think you've got to throw a bomb onto the ball and just blow up your own player as well as the two players marking it, and just hope your one lives and theirs don't, and then you pick the ball up with the blitzer.
See, if this was later, I think the other crazy choice is to try and send Bomber through and try and pick up the ball. But I think we're probably about 2 turns too early for that.
Also, I think because the Bomber has Bombardier, he doesn't get the stunty dodging bonuses.
I've got some interesting chat here. Mino's the worst big guy in the game. That's very, very bold, Jason. I think John in our league, Jason, would vehemently disagree with you on that one.
I think the Minotaur is the real name.
Nobody knows who they are. I'm not giving last names or addresses. I could be talking about how many Johns are there in the world.
But yeah, I think that the Minotaur discussion is one that does kind of split the community a fair bit, because some people say that the Minotaur is better than the Rat Ogre because it's never going to lose its tackle zones, and yes, while it won't do as it's told sometimes, like, it's always there, which is nice, and it doesn't kill its own players.
Wow. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. That blitz has gone to work.
That's unbelievable.
He's just had so much really good dice.
Well, oh my word, that's unbelievable.
So Cerumol's got a reroll here.
Cerumol's getting dice.
So his only play really is go and stick the thrower next to it. Now go and blitz with the lineman and hope you can pop it free. You have to pop it free here.
Well, not only that, but then there's a front foot digging on the line.
Well, that's good.
Okay, at least picks the ball up. That's good. Oh god, this whole game has just been so scary on both sides. It's been unreal.
It's been proper Blood Bowl. It's been proper Blood Bowl.
Yeah, I'm so glad that this game wasn't one of those games where it's just like, oh, it's very one-sided and all the armor's going everywhere, and it's just like, oh, this isn't really a final, is it? It's just one person massacring another.
Yeah.
But this game's been absolutely fantastic and packed full of action.
So interesting choice what you do with the lineman here. I'd be tempted to go and stick it on that Black Orc, just so you can't get any help. Arcane's got no rerolls. You could go and just stick it there. Maybe.
I don't even think it needs to touch the Black Orc. I think they could screen, as long as it can't get round the right hand side. A screen is good enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, you'd have to be going 2 rushes. That's interesting. See, that was the play I would have made. I just think the Black Orc's just a little bit too. You had the speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could have got guard on it. That Minotaur's really not doing Minotaur things, is it?
It's finally kind of free though, which is at least something. It's not stuck on stand firm anymore.
Arcane just got 1 minute of time.
Yeah, it's going to turn into speed bowl for the Orcs.
I'm thinking.
I'm not really sure what the Orcs do here now. Really, I think Cerumol finally has control of the ball.
See, I'd have thought late in the game. I don't think the Orcs can lose it.
No, I don't think so anymore.
So that's where I would have, as my last action, attempted to 2-dice uphill blitz that lineman with the Orc and just see what happened. Because if you get a double knockdown there, the ball's going in a position where you could pick it up, and that potentially wins you the game. And you've got pro if you need it to try and re-roll a skull if you rolled it.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, especially with the pro as well, because I was thinking to myself, is it better to just, like, you know, do a dodge and then a 1-dice again? But, like, I think uphill with the pro, because you can re-roll the skull, I think that's... it's close percentage-wise. But I think the uphill with the pro was probably slightly favoured. And I think also, like, absolutely nothing to lose at that point, right? Like, if Cerumol has to roll a lot of dice to even remotely have a chance.
He's got a chance here. If he gets this dice dodge away.
Oh, he's burnt the powers now.
If he gets this dodge away, he's 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2. I don't even think he needs to
dodge. He's got the. He can just blitz bomber.
Has he got the blitz available? Oh, he does. Yeah. That's harsh. That's a draw then, I think.
It's at minimum draw. It could be something for the Orcs though.
So you got that big and free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going for it to try and pick it up and maybe try and use Bomber to do something.
I mean, at this point, I think Bomber could like just 3+, try and knock this ball down and then see what happens after that point. You definitely can't throw it on the ball carrier though. Don't want to be blowing yourself up. Ah, there's a pesky bot in chat. Ban it.
Is there a bot in the chat? Oh, how do I get rid of him?
If you click the name, you should be able to just straight up ban it. As long as you're in there. What is it? Stream manager mode?
Cool. I'll do that there then.
Oh, there's no knockdown on the ball. That is not good.
Block. Report. Spam. There we go.
Yeah, just make sure that you ban it and then it should delete all the messages from the chat and stuff.
Yeah, so I blocked and then reported. So hopefully you can't see that, folks, now.
I can still see it. I think you need to actually ban it as well.
Oh, there you go. I found the ban. There we go. Goodbye, resigned broad. How do you do this on a daily basis? You must be. You must be enjoying the time off.
I mean, I am a little bit. And I mean, to be fair, I've been doing it for a little while now, so I'm kind of used to it. But I've also got a couple of mods now, so that's nice. They can do it for me if I miss things. There's still small opportunity for the Orcs here, if Cerumol's dice goes to all hell. I do the easy things like roll 1. I I sometimes roll 6s, and I always tend to roll 6s when I really need to roll 6s, which is always nice.
So the Orcs are going to get a chance here, I think.
Definitely earned their wages today.
Definitely going to get a chance. Needed that as a knockdown, really.
I mean, tagged by 2 is not too bad, but
It's now just kind of throwing dice at it and just see what happens. I don't think you can really improve the situation.
is there a way to chain push the blitzer forward?
So, good shout. I don't think there's enough free players. I think it's just come down to a problem of, I mean, both sides I think have had some removals, so you can clear that one out, but it's still a dodge. For what my money's worth, I think a draw is a fair result, but it's not always fair, is it?
I mean, I think Cerumol probably should have won this one, but yeah, I mean, it's a 2+ dodge with break tackle into a 5+ handoff, and then a 3+ dodge for the win.
Yeah.
If Archangel gets this, he's been the jammiest bugger on the planet.
The blitz result was just, it was the best kick. Well, he got the dodge. That's actually the right choice, because then you actually have to throw it then. No, it's just a handoff.
Oh,
it's a dodge, 2 up, 2 up, 3 up.
Yeah, so 2-2-2-3 for the win. It's better than what I was thinking initially.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about doing it that way. I think he's got it. Oh, he dropped it at the end.
Oh no.
Oh, did he? No, he did it. He got it.
Oh no, he got it. No, he did get it. No. Oh wow. Archangel is the winner. Oh my word.
So I think he used all of his get out of jail free cards. 100%.
Well played to Archangel there. maybe not the winner that we expected, especially after that first half, but wow, well played.
Well, Archangel's just put in the thread, that was an epic mess, great game. I think that's probably an apt description of what happened there. Yeah,
I think Cerumol was probably going to feel a little hard done by, but yeah, it was a great match. It was scrappy on both sides. Bomber Dribble's not put in just put in a lot of work, and yeah, when the dice were fairly even until I guess near the end of the second half, and it was just it was such a good game.
Hello, Archangel, and congratulations. He is in there, but he's currently got his thing off. Cerumol's in there too. So what I'm going to do at this point, because my mic has been terrible all game, is I'm just going to be quiet, and you can just talk to EV for a little bit, and I'll just listen and chuckle in the background.
Well, I would like to say thank you to Cerumol for a very, very well fought and very, very close match. That was a down to the wire. I still shaking my hands a little bit here.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Archangel. You played a very scrappy game, and it was absolutely fantastic to watch. Commiserations to Cerumol. Played very well. Dice didn't quite go their way, but yeah, it was a fantastic game to watch, and great to cast and commentate as well.
Oh, thank you. I like 2 turns before the game matches ends, and he rolls that double skull. I was like, I'm gonna lose this. That lineman is gonna run up and score that winning touchdown set. So yeah, and I think at least from my point of view, there were several times it was like, yes, I feel like I was getting a little bit ahead, and then the match would swing next turn, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to lose this. And next turn it would swing back, and it was like, more or less every single turn, it was like going from a high to a low.
Yeah, I think...
trying to say something, but his mic is not picking it up yet.
Yeah, I think, especially in the second half, you burn basically all of the re-rolls getting rid of the elf, which was such a massive swing, and then it was literally just a battle for the ball all half. It was...
Yeah, if I could go back, I'm not sure I would spend all those rerolls, but the problem was that once you start going into that, it's sort of like if you don't get it, you have burned rerolls for nothing, and then it becomes a sunk cost fallacy, right? You sort of get into that where you want to get the result, but 3 rerolls to get rid of the Dark Elf is also a really, really high price to pay. But I think my guess is that if it had still been on the field, there would have been a touchdown for Cerumol instead.
That's what I was thinking as well. I was saying, like, it's super risky just to go and burn all the rerolls there, but getting such a high value player off the field is absolutely massive. Like, if that stays on the field, it's got block and dodge, it's got 2 heads, it can just kind of get in and anywhere, and I think if that would have stayed on the field, I have a feeling that Cerumol probably would have won that one.
I fully agree, especially if you consider the blitz, the lucky blitz that I get, and even the lucky 4+ pickup, because even if the Orc hadn't picked it up, it would have probably bounced badly, and it would have been a touchback. But just mere fact that the Dark Elf was on the field that turn, it turned from picking up the ball to a surfed Orc, right? That was the power that the Dark Elf offered, right?
Yeah, and Cerumol nearly did it in the first half as well. It failed the final dodge, but that Dark Elf was definitely the absolute playmaker for the team and was causing just so many problems.
Yeah, So for me, it was like the 2 players that I really need to get rid of was the Dark Elf and the Minotaur, but the Minotaur, I think I could have been more unlucky, and he could have made a lot more removals, right? But for the dice that we got, I think I should have focused more on getting rid of the Dark Elves earlier in the game.
Yeah, it definitely helped that the Minotaur just decided not to behave itself at all in the second half.
I think it failed almost half.
And then when it wasn't failing its role, it was getting stuck on stand firm and wasn't doing anything either. So it was very, very useful for you that was just stuck in the middle of the field, not participating. Also, absolutely crazy short kick blitz as well.
Yeah, that was because in the other direction, it wouldn't have been nearly as useful. I can see Cerumol is trying to speak, but I can't hear him still. Am I the only one?
Well, I mean, I'm Keaton. I was going to try and invite him into the conversation at that point. He's not muted, so I don't.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here. You should be able to hear me.
I will say I'm going to go quiet on the mic because my mic's been a problem all evening. But commiseration, Cerumol. I think both me and Evie were thinking about turn 4. The Renegades have got this sewn up. It's going to be 1-0 after 6 turns, and it's going to just be one of those finals where the Renegades are going to get it in the second half, grind it out. It just didn't seem to happen that way for you.
Yeah, it's just one of those games, wasn't it, really? It's that bomber. I hate that bomber. I faced him earlier in the season and he wrecked my team. And yeah, if he wasn't on the pitch, then I think I might have been able to get away with that one. But it's pretty dicey, all in all. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it. It was kind of a lot of back and forth, and it's a bit of a puzzle a lot of the time to try and work it out, and then just go, and just throw some dice at it and hope for the best. It's what happened a lot of the time. But yeah, the end. I was sure it was going to a draw there, and then it wasn't. It was just one of those games, wasn't it?
Yeah, I felt super bad for you. Like Phil said, like turn 4, Bomber just decides that it's gonna save the day. And then I guess on like turn 1 or 2, it just decided, yeah, that's Skaven, that's dead. And then like again, it was just kind of in the second half being a constant pain and source of misery for you. And then yeah, like just the Bomber in combination with just a little bit of just unluckiness with the dice. It always felt like you were in control, even in the scraps, but the dice weren't quite enough for you to just go and pop in a touchdown.
Yeah, I kind of felt as if I was telling the team what to do, and what I was saying to them from the sidelines was right, but then on the pitch it just wasn't quite coming together.
Yeah, it made for an absolutely like entertaining game though, and
I reckon it's a good watch. I really enjoyed playing it. Can't win them all, can you? Yeah,
I definitely think
Archangel played really well too, and that's kind of what you want from the final, isn't it? Really, even if like it's a bit dicey and like I guess it's not perfect Blood Bowl in that sort of way, but it's entertaining and it's fun and it's stupid. You know, that's what we play the game for, right? It's not just about it all being straightforward.
It was a really good advert for. I mean, not only just the league itself, but just a really good advert for the game. I mean, it feels like one person's in control. The dice then swing one way. It lets people back in. It's just kind of the way you sometimes play it. I mean, I don't think there was many points where I think both me and Evie were kind of thinking, oh, they've played that, they could have played that bit better. I think both coaches played the best they possibly could with the dice that they had available. I mean, it was just a really super game. Super game to watch. So well done both of you. And again, commiserations, because Cerumol, that would have meant that you would have had both titles in your grasp, sort of going into the last throes of the season. I can't remember exactly where you are in it.
I think Nuffle cheated him out on it by doing that double score on the Minotaur in turn 15.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, and it was trying to work out what the order was. I was trying to get the Mino up there a little bit as like a backup scorer, but I guess for his at the start of his turn that rolled a 5, and that would have been the dodge away for the guy with the ball. But yeah, sometimes the order of the turns was slightly off, I think, in some places. But overall, I'd agree. I think you just play with what's in front of you, don't you? And try and eke out as much as you can. And I think we both did that. And yeah, like I say, just a fantastic game.
Yeah, I fully agree. I also think that the Bomber definitely earned his gold this game. I also think it's sort of funny that the only reason he was actually there for the second half was because the fouling orc failed his role for arguing with the judge, and hence I couldn't use the bribe. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the bribe to keep him on the field for the second half. And I'm fairly sure without him on the field actually for the second half, I would probably have lost the match. He definitely saved the Orcs quite a few times.
I mean, he was a menace, wasn't he? Even to the point at the end of the first half, I had a choice of either blitzing with the Minotaur and maybe removing. I think it was like one of the Black Orcs or blitzing him, and because he was such a pain, I chose to blitz him, which I never would usually. Like kind of a strength 2 player, it feels very kind of low value, but in that game, it was incredibly high value.
Yeah, my experience with the Bomber is that people quite often underestimate him from the fact that he can cause holes in your lines at unexpected times that you would normally be secured against, and that was the gamble of bringing him, because like you always also roll one right and he explodes up in his face. He completely forgot the roll on one notice on the dice tonight, and so he did magic right.
I mean,
that's normally how the bomber goes, isn't it? Either rolls a 1, blows himself up, and potentially like your own team, and then does nothing, or is just useless, or never rolls a 1 and just causes absolute havoc all game.
I think when the rat caught the ball and then it exploded and he died, that kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. So it's just kind of you just go with it at that point for sure.
Yeah, like I saw you appo it and it was into dead again, and I was okay. In the back of my mind, it's like it's one of those games, isn't it?
It is, but at least it's a friendly, right? As well, he will be back to fight another day.
I'll be interested.
I actually think most of the removals were actually the bomber, if I remember correctly. Wasn't it more or less?
I think so, yeah. I think a lot of the removals were basically just the bomber throwing bombs and it just going, yep, okay, that's gone. KOs and injuries, so, both.
Well, what a fabulous what a fabulous game. Well, it's getting on for me anyway, but it's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Evie, for coming on and talking to me. I will take you up on your offer of sorting out a mic. I might just need a better set of headphones, to be honest, rather than just using sort of cheap ones that sort of come with your phone. But really, really good, and thank you very much for coming and doing this. We definitely should do this again, at least if people kind of enjoyed it. So yeah, really good. So I'm gonna end the stream there. Thanks very much, everyone, for coming to listen. Thanks very much for Andy Daver and his raid and sending it this way. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to join the UKBBL, we've got a Discord. You can find it through the Blood Bowl 3 Leagues channel. I'll put one up there shortly when we get towards our new season. Thanks very much, everyone. Take care and see you on the next one.